Hello and welcome to Motivational Moments with Donna Hilfiger on Fox 5 Plus. Thank you so much for joining me today. I am your host, Donna Hilfiger. And today I'm really excited about this topic because I want to talk to you about what we believe. You know, I've talked about this before and I've touched on it, but I've just heard this story and the study that had been done, and I think I've got it right. This is the gist of it, but this is what my takeaway that I got from it. They did a study on older people, and they were 80-year-olds, and they put them in a 60-year-old environment. And not only did they put them in a 60-year-old environment, everything in the environment, the music that they played, the TV shows that they showed, the decor in the place. They rolled these people in there in wheelchairs, people came with canes, and by the end of their stay, I've forgotten how long they were there, maybe a week, but by the end of their stay, these people, in their minds, it took them back to age 60 to the point of where they believed they were 60 years old. Some of these people got up out of their wheelchairs and were actually physically walking around. A lot of them put their canes down and didn't need their canes to walk because of the environment they're in. I can't make this stuff up. I was so excited when I saw this because I always tell people that I'm coaching, your environment is everything. Who are you surrounding yourself with? What do you believe in about yourself? This environment that they put themselves in made them think that they were 60 years old again. And I've told this to a couple of people, you know, I was talking to a couple of people and they're, oh no, but you don't understand. My legs are blah, blah, blah. But that's what they believe about themselves. What we believe is what's feeding our body, good, bad, or indifferent. If we start telling ourselves and believing that our bodies are different than what we've told ourselves they are. I mean, you've heard of these miraculous healings? That's because these people believed beyond a shadow of a doubt that it was going to happen. And I could go on and on and on with story after story after story of miraculous healings with people that I've worked with, people that I've read about, people that I've heard their stories from different groups that I've been with and heard the testimonials of, oh, well, the doctor gave me 2 weeks to live and boom, I'm still here like 10 years later. I mean, you can't make this stuff up, but they never believed that this was going to happen. And I walked away from nursing school. I started out growing up in a small town and I did what everybody did. You get married and have babies or you go to nursing school. I got married and thank goodness I didn't have any babies because that didn't work out. So then what did I do? I went to nursing school because that's what I believed I was supposed to do. I'm doing my clinical in a hospital in Richmond, Virginia, and the doctor gives this patient that I have 2 weeks to live. She had cancer. Guess what? I go in, 2 days later, the patient died. I said, are you kidding me? Had somebody given her hope, and I don't need the doctors writing in, what you can do is to take away from this is give your patients hope and something to look forward to and hope. Just hope is enough. But had somebody given this lady some kind of hope, then she could have had a longer outcome. I was sitting at dinner one night with a friend of ours who had stage 4 cancer, and he looked at me and, you know, people were talking at the table, and he said, I know you get it. He goes, they've given me a life sentence. He said, but I'm going to beat this thing. He goes, I'm going to fight. He said, and that will gave him a much longer life than he would have had he just said, okay, this is my life sentence. I'm throwing in the towel. I've forgotten how many years he lived, but he lived a much longer life, more than double the time that they gave him. I think it was like 4 or 5 years. But I've seen so many people like that. And the reason I'm talking about the physicalness is because sometimes it takes a physical immobility in us to get our attention. Let's don't carry it that far. Let's catch it long before it resonates in our body, because so much of our illness comes from the stress that we have in our life. When our bodies start physically breaking down because of the stress that we're having in our life, then it's too late. Then we're going to have to start really playing catch up. So let's don't let it get that far. Start speaking positive in your life. Start speaking positive to yourself. Start speaking positive about yourself. Start loving on yourself. Start loving on your life, and I guarantee you that energy alone is going to be a game changer for you and for your life. Start speaking positive to the people around you, and they will start speaking positive to you. Because I can't say it enough, whatever we put out there is a direct reflection of what we're going to get back based on the law of attraction. We're all practicing whether we believe it or not. So if we're putting out there bad juju, we're getting bad juju back. If we're putting out there good stuff, we're going to get awesome and amazing stuff back in our life. I hope you get a great takeaway from this today, because this is a biggie. I see this with so many people, and I've worked with so many clients who instantaneously healed by healing their thought process. So continue to write me in. I do want to hear your story. I love reading them, and I'd love to tell them on air. Donna@DonnaHilfiger.com. Have an awesome and amazing week.